Hey everyone, welcome to the Drowning in Pools podcast. This is going to be episode 14, and as always, I have my two greatest people with me. We got Deshon
Hello, folks.
and Derek.
What's up, bitches?
Yeah, we got this going on real nice. Having a good, yeah, no, I'm having a pretty good week. Trying to cut me off from my intro because I paused for a moment. Had to take a sip of this delicious coffee that I drink every single time we have a podcast.
Disgusting.
It's delicious. Now, as always, we need to take care of our weeks. What are we doing this week? What you guys do this week? Anyone? Any takers? Any buyers?
Yeah, I'll buy for 200.
Right.
I got a new guitar. I think I said that
Wait.
last week.
You got to start off your answer with what? What is this is Jeopardy now? You bought it for 200.
Sorry. my bad, Alex. What is fuck you? And so I think I got the new guitar last week, but I finished setting it up this week.
Okay.
And I had my mom and my aunt and uncle here yesterday, and we went to Disneyland, so that was cool.
That's cool.
And I mostly just been I picked up a shift on Saturday, so I mostly just been working. Since last, actually, I think, I had the day after the podcast recorded off, and after that, I was just working up until today.
Okay.
With the exception of yesterday.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Yeah, played some Hearthstone, and I think I'm gonna be working this week and next week, and just for the foreseeable future, on making a Hearthstone video about archetypes of decks.
I was gonna say, is Hearthstone still on fire?
No, it's doing okay now. The meta's kind of settled.
Okay.
But I just want to do a general guide for this will be for every card game, or not every, but general card games where it's you'll be able to find these kind of archetypes, tempo, token, that kind of shit. I kind of want to make a video of that and just use Hearthstone as the example.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. Plus, I don't have to be super good at the game to explain that. So
yeah, no.
I'm actually qualified.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I think that's basically been my week. I've just been doing a lot of work in this past week. Okay, hold on. Story from work. And it was the best night I've had so far. So, one of our... I don't know if I can say the reason why, but okay. So we shut down for 2 hours, right?
Yeah, don't say the reason why, because that's corporate stuff. Don't say that.
Yeah, so I know what happened, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say. So
don't say. Just
we shut down for 2 hours, and I got to spend 2 hours sending people away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it was the best thing ever. Oh my god, I finally got paid enough for my job, which was standing around telling people to go away.
Nice.
That's
oh
fun.
my god, it was great, bro. Oh, I was hating my shift going into that, and I hated my shift for 6 hours, and the last two I was doing that, and it was just oh, it feels so good.
Nope, go away. Goodbye.
Yeah, just we're closed. And they're when are you gonna reopen? I'm I don't know.
That's
great.
That's
Dude, okay, hold on. So there was a group, everyone that wasn't in back of house, so all the cashiers and shit were out in front of the restaurant, forming a line. People would still come up and try to order. It's bro, do you not see all the windows are closed and there's a line of people
doing nothing?
Yeah, I wonder.
Now see, if I was in that situation, I'd come up and be hey, what's going on? Not hey, I want a Big Mac.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, people did come up and ask what's going on. And that's totally chill to ask. But people are people would try to walk past us, are hey, are you guys still open? It's no, we're not.
No.
It's just
I didn't know if this was some cool event or something, you know?
It was great. Anyway,
right.
Okay, that was basically my week.
Any video?
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I know,
just pick up phones all day and tell people we ain't selling shit.
Oh no, we had that once at Papa John's.
Mm-hmm.
Our oven broke down, and
oh, nice.
We basically got to send everyone home until it got fixed. So whenever the phone rang, we just had to go. Yeah, we can't serve anybody. We can't do it. It's impossible.
See, we kind of have to do that now, but it's sort of like that, but with delivery drivers, because one of our guys just quit, thankfully.
Oh, so you have to say it's going to be 3 hours late. everything.
Yeah, we call people call in and they're like, I'd like a delivery, and it's like, well, you ain't getting that shit till about 7:00.
But it's only 4. Yeah, but
exactly.
we have one driver and there's 30 people on the screen. No,
exactly.
And he's only allowed to take 3 at a time.
Right.
Oh, is that really how it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Because you used to be allowed to take as many as you wanted in a certain aspect until they got the read receipts on, pretty much. So it was like what you would do, you could take a couple orders, clock in, take a couple more orders, clock in, take a couple more orders, because you just had to wait for 1 minute before you clock back in from the run. And you're allowed to take a maximum of 3. So basically you take 3, clock back in, and take another 3, and you could take 6 orders at once. But now that they have the read receipts, basically, so it goes, whenever you clock in, the people who ordered online, it goes, hey, you got your delivery. Tell us how your delivery was.
Oh, I got you.
So
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
When orders are going late and someone gets a message saying that they got the delivery,
and they ain't got shit,
you could better believe that customers aren't happy.
Yeah,
it's happened to me a couple of times with Domino's, but the dude was like at my doorstep when that happened, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just what it is. It is annoying, but I can understand why they did it. It's understandable at least, but it still sucks. Because there are times where there's like 6 orders all going to like the same like 2 buildings next to each other, and you're just like, and I can't take all of those, even though they're just gonna go to the same exact. Okay. Send two drivers to take 4 deliveries to the same place.
It's dumb. That's really dumb.
That's retail.
Is that even
all
retail?
Really dumb.
You play any video games this week, Derek?
Like played a lot of Hearthstone.
All right.
Played that like on my phone, and
phone games. What are you, some kind of casual?
Okay, hold on.
Yes, actually.
Like, I actually want to make a video about that because gamer culture is just the most toxic fucking shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like, even if that was me and I didn't own a console and play like competitive games, like what is wrong with fucking playing Candy Crush on your phone? There's absolutely nothing wrong.
No. So
there's really nothing wrong with it.
The issue with it is saying
is when it's 56-year-old grandmas calling themselves gamers because they fucking play Candy Crush.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're right. That's the issue. Okay. Like, would you? I don't like that we categorize.
Damn, Barry, you should become a game journalist.
I don't like that we categorize things like that and be like, oh, it's like we get that they're not hardcore gamers, you know.
No.
But we've had casual gamers as a term around for like at least a decade and a half.
Well, yes, but I wouldn't consider Candy Crush a video game.
What would you consider it?
More like a pastime activity.
It's like playing solitaire.
Yeah.
Or
like, is solitaire a video game because it's on the computer and it's a video
and a game?
screen?
Yes.
And a game.
No, it's a card game.
It's almost like it's a video game.
Solitaire is a card game.
I understand what you're saying, but I consider all electronic game or all games requiring video feed video games. So
I would say they need to have a term for it other than mobile game or whatever. But I think small games like that, because there's games like that on the computer that aren't actual like video games, but they are still on the computer as in a game.
Yeah, they're casual games.
Well, no,
that's the name for them.
Honestly, I think this is just what happens when people get too attached to some identity that doesn't really,
I could
define who they are.
Because
it doesn't really matter.
Gamer's too broad of a term.
Yeah, it's like American.
Yeah.
The fuck does it mean? We were born in America, and that's it.
Yeah.
Not even. You don't even have to be fucking born in America to be an American.
Yeah, no. But
yeah, it's like a being part of a political party that doesn't describe who you really are. It's like, yeah, I'm a Democrat, but you don't believe in half the Democrat shit or whatever. You know, it's like, it just doesn't matter. It's just a label you give yourself that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think it's good to describe what you do as far as what you do with your free time.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there are so many facets where it's like,
yeah, I want to attack people for it, but I just like there's certain things where it's like when you call yourself a gamer and like there's a certain tone to being called a gamer that there's certain games that I find not acceptable, like just playing Candy Crush.
I think the beef a lot of people have is that, say, like 10 years ago, being a gamer was, you know, a lesser thing and you were to be made fun of it. But now that Candy Crush and other mobile garbage and other very mainstream stuff is popular, now everybody wants to be a gamer. Now everybody wants to be a nerd. Now everybody wants to be this or that.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that's where a lot of people are upset about that. But
I don't know. I guess I just don't get it.
There's not much to get from it. Like it is a stupid argument that is over developed.
It's an argument being had by people who could be spending, you know, their time way better.
Yeah,
I think it's because I was somebody who really liked, like, not popular stuff when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I liked Linkin Park and Green Day kind of after the explosion of like pop punk and after it kind of died.
And, I liked them after they were cool.
I mean, like, kind of, right?
some kind of new hipster.
Well, it's like because a lot of my like music and like that kind of stuff, my dad introduced me to, and so I was listening to stuff from like the late '90s, early 2000s, and people were listening to like, you know, pop radio or whatever. And so when somebody would start talking Green Day with me, I'd be like, "Oh, this is awesome! Somebody to talk to." So I guess I just don't necessarily get it, because even if they only play Candy Crush, you can introduce them to new stuff. It's not like you're not introducing them to a new medium, you're just introducing them to a new subject, if that makes sense. So it's like, I get excited even when it's like my mom playing, you know, Candy Crush, or like I got her quote unquote, but like she started playing Hearthstone, you know, because she's on her phone all the time, so why not?
Soon she'll be a filthy Call of Duty player.
See, my mom used to be a gamer, which is hilarious to say.
That's weird. I know your mom. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, she used to speedrun Sonic, and
that's fucking sick. That is fucking sick.
That is cool.
She was never like great at it, but she used to try to beat the game as fast as possible. And
speaking of Sonic, I'll make that part of my week.
All right, but yeah, so she used to try to beat it faster than my dad, and my dad used to try to beat it faster than her, and they would go back and forth trying to get faster and faster at the game. And that Crash Team Racing, we could never beat her. Like, my mom was unbeatable at that fucking
Too
game.
good.
And then Galaga Galaga and Tetris. Those are the 4 games Mom played a shit ton of.
Oh, dude, my dad kicks ass at Galaga.
Oh, I also kick ass at Galaga. I didn't always, but I just got pissed that my dad and my brother kept beating me.
Yeah.
so then I
got good.
So I got good. Like all my video games are because someone in my family has like destroyed me, and I'm like, I can't have this anymore.
I'm just not that competitive of a person.
Our household is way overly competitive.
Yeah. Well, it's like my parents were always really good at, like, between the two of them, they're really good at everything besides parenting. And so, like, it was way too difficult to try to keep up with both of them, you know?
Gotcha.
So it was just like, okay, I'll just accept that I'm never going to be able to do that. And I'll just do my own thing. So now I'm better at guitar than both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, our thing was always just get better than the person who's better than you. So like my dad was good at juggling. So then I destroyed him at juggling. It was fantastic.
What, did you like juggle chainsaws and then accidentally throw one into his chin? What happened?
Yeah, no, totally. No. So he could do just a simple what's it called, simple fountains with 3 ball, and then he could do that with his eyes closed for a little bit. So then I got to the point where I could just juggle longer than him without dropping, and then I could also do tricks without stopping either. So I could do the machine, 3-ball fountain. I started learning how to do 4-ball fountain. Just a bunch of fun stuff. The machine is my favorite trick though. But I have a whole set that I can do for about a minute and a half. But I haven't practiced in a while, so I'm like really rusty. But yeah.
I used to be able to juggle, but then I took an arrow to the face.
I don't think you ever lose the ability to do the normal juggle.
Yeah, I just haven't practiced in like
you'll be rusty.
Years.
You'll probably drop for a little bit, but once you get like used to it again, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So Deshon, how was your week?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, sorry. All this juggling talk put me to sleep. So what did I do? I just worked and played Sekiro. I didn't really do much. I haven't watched. I haven't watched Ultraman because I don't want to be bored for 3 or 4 episodes before some action happens.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I really didn't do much. Actually, now that I think about it, I was working on some art, I guess, but really, I haven't really done much with that.
It's been a little while since you worked on art.
Yeah, I've just been in a slump, but I almost got to see Endgame on Wednesday, which would have been like a day early, and I would have been able to see it for free, but I had to work, so I was like, whatever. So now I'm kind of in the zone where I'm like, I don't even really want to see the movie.
I'm gonna go watch it on Saturday.
I'm waiting till it comes out on Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of in that place too, where I'm just like, if I'm gonna watch it, it's gonna be for free.
Yeah, pretty much,
or at least as free as possible,
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm still good with Infinity War, So, but so the one thing I was interested in this week that literally came out this morning was the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer.
Oh, my roommate watched that.
For the movie. I haven't seen it yet.
This movie
for the movie, right.
Yeah, for the movie. So this movie looks like it's straight out of like 2006.
Is it gonna be ass?
Sonic 06? Oh god, please.
It looks like the trailer looks so cheap. Like his like cheap like effects.
Oh my Jesus! What the shit? Hold on.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta take. You keep explaining it. I'm gonna go take a look.
Jim Carrey is just doing like an Ace Ventura version of Dr. Eggman, and that's just annoying because he's just like yelling. He's doing kind of like what Kevin Spacey did in Superman Returns, where he's just interrupting everybody as they talk, and that's super annoying. And he also doesn't look like Eggman at all. But there's one shot at the very end of the trailer that shows him looking more like Eggman. James Marsden is in it. He was formerly Cyclops in the X-Men movies, but ever since he left those, his career has kind of been in the shitter.
Gotcha.
Doing these stupid movies. Sonic actually seems kind of like, as bad as his design is, he seems like Sonic. Like his design is bad, but his attitude is rad. He's Sonic the Hedgehog. So.
Yeah. Is it 90s Sonic or 2000 Sonic?
It's movie Sonic. It's 2019 Sonic because it doesn't look like
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it now. It's
yeah. His attitude is more like probably like Sonic Adventure level.
Okay.
That's the kind of attitude he has. This trailer does one thing I really hate when it comes to like people with super speed, and it gives him like electricity when he's running, which I hate that every speedster is now just associated with electricity because of the Flash.
That's dumb. That's really dumb.
It's annoying. It's annoying to see. It's a bad looking effect too. So, I mean, this movie's just look it like somebody. I saw somebody saying it's like, oh, it's a kids movie, so it's fine, but that doesn't give an excuse to like be this shitty looking. I think I haven't seen the Dora the Explorer trailer, but somebody else said that trailer looked better than fucking Sonic. So, but we'll see. I guess I might go see this, but also I might just not, so they don't think that people like these movies. So they'll make another one.
Okay, it looks stupid, but relatively funny.
Okay, so
I think Sonic actually looks fine. I don't know about everything else.
I'm not a huge fan of Jim Carrey, but I like what they did with it. So like I don't like what he looks like, but I like the fur and the eyes and all that shit.
Yeah, the fur, I don't like the mouth. The mouth is
he's got weird human teeth.
Yeah. It's really creepy. But so like okay, I just finished watching it and I heard what you were saying. My critiques about this so far. I'm gonna go see this because because I love Sonic. But damn,
yeah, so do I.
Yeah. So okay. So this is what this is so fucking. Eggman, great. The Eggman is great. I love his design.
Mm-hmm.
The whole military aspect, I'm just like, what What is the Shadow the Hedgehog?
But you know what? I know why that's in there, because it would be, they need an explanation for why Eggman is around, and they can't just be like, oh, he's from Sonic's world, like he's a human. So they'd probably be like, well, he's just this fucking crazy scientist we work with. So I get that. That's a good way to kind of get around it.
Yeah, I wish Eggman had more robot sidekicks and not just these henchmen.
Because, because he just has like regular ass henchmen. So they're just like dudes.
Like if they just like, all they had to do was put masks on them, and I would have been fine. Like I would have just
call them robots. Or something.
Yeah, I would have accepted if you just put masks on them and called them robots.
I'm excited now. I saw that.
I bet the next trailer will have like Supersonic in it or something. And
Supersonic would be cool in this universe, but like
no, he wouldn't.
Only if you're right. You only
because instantly the movie just becomes him smashing up a bunch of shit and he's invincible.
I was gonna say Supersonic only works if Chaos is there.
Yeah, he needs something that he can actually fight, not just the military.
Yeah, because they're already fucked. But the spin dash was cool. The spin dash to destroy the first car.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got that stupid electricity effect still.
Well, the electricity effect on the spin dash is fine, but like on him just running in general is stupid.
I'm curious if that's how they're going to explain his powers in that movie.
He gets
he's a hedgehog that got electrocuted at birth and then grew like 400,000 times.
That'd be dumb. And has human legs.
He said something in the trailer about, he's like, oh, it looks like I'm going to have to save your world, but I don't know if that's like supposed to be him kind of joking about how he does that in his world, or he's just saying that because now it's in the movie and it's the movie universe, and this is just the first time he's ever doing it, and he's realizing that he has to do it.
Also, when he ran past the police car, did that say 760 or 76?
I think 760.
Okay. Because
otherwise the cop wouldn't have looked so surprised.
Yeah. I was like, wait, was that just like? All right, but that's cool. All right,
we'll see.
I think the movie.
Hopefully, too many more characters aren't showing up. Like, hopefully, Knuckles and Tails and Amy and shit don't show up, because we don't really need too many abominations running around the screen.
I think the movie will be good if it goes completely like campy,
if it plays into it.
Yeah, exactly. If it just acknowledges that, like, hey, this looks stupid, let's be stupid, but like in a fun way.
If it goes the Detective Pikachu route, where it knows how horrific it looks and knows how silly the whole premise is, then yeah. But if it's just gonna do a straightforward, not even like a straightforward like adaptation Sonic movie, then who cares?
Yeah. It needs to. I think Jim Carrey's probably gonna carry the movie if I had to say, because he always puts out.
Well, I mean, he's the only actor really worth the shit in this whole film, it looks like. So
yeah.
And as you said, that the Sonic's personality seems like it's Sonic's personality, not like a take on it or anything like that.
Yeah, it's an adaptation that actually gets the character correct.
Yeah. So well, let's wait.
Other than design.
You're right. Yeah, let's wait, because they might just fuck him up.
Yeah, that's true.
We might have gotten already all the jokes he makes in the movie. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, so I guess we'll go to is that your whole week? Like literally, is that it?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So it's a short week.
I didn't do much.
I mean, I guess you're working now, so I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Let's see. This week, I bought Street Fighter on Steam.
Oh yeah, didn't you go like 28 out of 30 or something?
Yeah, I went 20 out of 30 to get to silver, and then now I'm in silver, climbing up through there. The whole plan is to get back to Ultra Silver, because that's where I was when I was playing it religiously. Mm-hmm. But now that I stopped, there's a lot of things that I forgot how to do, and I'm like struggling.
Yeah, I haven't picked up Dragon Ball in like 2 months. It's been a long time.
I am in silver, which is at least nice enough. I still get really irritated. So I've gotten over the fact people are going to grab all the fucking time. I've gotten over that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now what really pisses me off is losing to people who are clearly worse than me, but have bad connections, so I can't like frame time anything. So like I'll go to jab them on wake up, and I'm already grabbed, and I'm like, that's cool. Just skip the first 2 frames of me jabbing your feet. That's fine. So I'm like mistiming all this shit, and it gets me rustled.
Ruffles your jimmies.
Yeah,
God damn
like,
it.
Gets me rustled. Yeah, no, it's bad though. Like it. Let's just say I punched my desk like 3 times.
Dude, that is... Get a stress ball, bro.
Yeah, holy shit.
Oh, man, it just... I cannot... Like, there's certain things I just lose my shit over real quickly, and one is technology failing. That will, like, get me pissed off faster than anything, because I'm like, I pay for this to work. I do. Money can't solve anything, but I do pay for it to work, and it's working on everything else but this game.
Oh, okay, yeah, that pisses me off. I was about to say, like, it's one of my biggest pet peeves when something doesn't load in the first 2 seconds and people keep hitting refresh. I'm like, that's going to take longer now, right?
Yeah.
My parents do that shit all the time, and I'm just like, stop, just wait. Patience is a virtue. Fucking have some.
I have insane amount of patience until it comes to technology, and then I'm like,
until it comes to lag.
Yeah. Lag will fucking... Yeah, anyways. So there's that. Doing pretty good in Street Fighter. I'm pretty happy with my performance right now. It's not, like I said, it's not great, but it's better than I thought I was going to do.
Fucking... I keep wanting to pick up Street Fighter, because there's 2 characters that I want to play. One's Ibuki, and the other is... I think it's Minot. Is that the the cat girl?
Oh, with the ball?
Yeah. She looks so adorable.
She's a lot of fun to play, too. If you like keep away characters, she's a lot of fun.
I actually forgot she existed. I'm actually forgetting a lot of these SF5 characters existed. Probably because Capcom fucked up SF5 so badly.
they did. Like, Street Fighter 5 is fine now, but like...
Yeah, but it took forever.
It took forever to get to where it's at.
And it doesn't really have the heart. Like, these characters don't really seem to have the heart that the other ones have. Also,
the only big issue I have with Street Fighter 5 is that flowchart players are super rewarded, because that's how this game is played.
Yeah.
The game is super flowcharty. Which, the older Street Fighters, like, you could see people... So, a lot of the things that the pros have made very clear is that there are very few people who have an identity. So it's like, when you see... Like, back in the day, if you saw a Ryu player, you'd be like, okay, who's playing Ryu? But now it's like, oh, that person is a Ryu player, not...
Right, yeah.
That person plays Ryu to a godlike level.
Yeah. People aren't really adding their special flair to these characters anymore. They're just playing the character.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so this...
And getting away with it.
This character loses here and here in this fight, so I need to just not put myself there and there. But other times, like in, let's say Justin Wong, for instance, playing Ken against Chun-Li. Hey, that man's playing at a godlike level.
Yeah.
But it's just stuff like that where I'm just like, okay, I can see that makes sense. But it's so good to learn footsies in Street Fighter. Like,
is it Sakonoko that had the crazy combos that only he could pull off? Back in SF4.
Maybe that name does not ring a bell for me.
Yeah, I remember I was watching a video by Core A, and he was talking about the 3 links and how things kind of got...
Oh, gotcha. So there was a that might be the guy who did the 1 frame link consistently.
That's entirely possible. I don't know. It's in his 3 frame link video.
Okay, because there was a guy who discovered there's a 1 frame link combo in in Street Fighter 4, and he was pulling them off consistently.
God, that's insane. I always say, like, God, that's insane. But I played League, and like, shit happens even faster in League.
Well, yeah, but like, there's a difference when it's like, so in League, yes, there's a lot of like super powerful plays that are like 1 frame plays and stuff like that, but it doesn't come across as impressive in a certain aspect. Okay, it's still as impressive. I'm not going to take away from that, but when it's because there's game changing moments, but that's throughout a 50-minute game, right? Or 20-minute, 30-minute game. When in fighters, it's a game changing moment within a 30-second game. So
I just meant more like it always sounds so impressive, and then I always remember I can frame perfectly QSS, which is basically the same play. That
is exactly the same. Frame perfect QSS is the exact same thing as one frame link. You are 100% right.
So it's always like, oh, that's so impressive. It's like obviously I can't do the one frame link myself right now, but I have the ability to. It's just funny. I don't know.
I can see that. Yeah. No, you're right. But yeah, that's the only difference I was trying to say is that it seems more grander just for the fact that it's in a 30-second match rather than a 30-minute match.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, but yeah, no, it's a lot of fun shit. I've been playing that. I've been playing Tetris Battle Royale, Tetris 99.
Oh God, how is it?
So much fucking fun, man. I've gone top 3 4 times. I still haven't won yet, but I've gone top 3 4 times. Nice.
You still playing Apex?
Yeah, I'm still playing Apex. I like playing that with someone who I can talk to because
man.
I'm also planning on streaming it soon, playing as Samson. Hello, my name is Samson. I will be your lifeline today.
You know what? I was cool on Apex existing. I was like, you know what? It's fine that Apex exists. And then I saw the news that they were halting development on Titanfall 3 to put more people on Apex Legends.
Oh, that's terrible.
I was like, oh, fuck.
That's saddening.
Oh, well. But at least that Respawn Star Wars game is coming out.
I really hope that game is good. I really do.
I mean, Respawn's got a good track record, so...
I'm getting the distinct feeling that's not going to be good. But only probably because of EA. But we'll see.
I gotcha.
I have a feeling it's going to be perfectly competent, but people are going to be, shitting on it because it's not insane.
Well, I feel like it's gonna you'll be able to see where it was good, and then you're gonna see where EA or somebody else came in and fucked everything up and was just redoing stuff, or
you're gonna see where it
especially if it gets delayed or something.
Yeah, you know what? I hope it gets delayed, and I hope it gets delayed for the right reasons though. We need to polish this more, we need to take care of this, or there's this issue here, and we want to make sure.
The only company that delays stuff usually for the right reasons is Nintendo.
Yeah.
Everybody else usually delays shit because they're doing some other stupid shit to it. Or because they put out a demo or something and everybody sniffed out the fucking pay-to-win shit. Yeah. So they were they have to go back and fix it or something.
Whoops.
So, yeah, whoopsie.
Oh, speaking of pay-to-win.
Mortal Kombat.
No, I picked up Shadow of War. Which is the Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah, is that the sequel?
Yes.
Okay.
That game does have some stuff in it. You don't have to, but it helps.
So I went into GameStop with $20 in my pocket, bought 2 games, came out with $1.75.
Okay.
So I bought Dragon Quest Heroes, which is not what I was expecting at all. Because Dragon Quest is like Final Fantasy. Normally it's an RPG. Dragon Quest Heroes is a hack and slash.
I was about to say, it's like a Muso, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking sick, but it was not what I was expecting. And the other game I got was Shadow of War. Both those were it was $9 and $6 or something. And I picked up Shadow of War because they finally got rid of basically all the microtransactions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After people were bitching about it and stopped playing the game, and so they got rid of them, and they got rid of the majority of them.
Yeah.
And so I've picked it up and it's been fun so far, but I've only played an hour. So
okay.
Yeah, no, but oh my god, I fucking love Shadow of Mordor, and I never got to talk about it because I beat it 3 years after it came out.
Gotcha.
And so it was just fucking good.
That game has one of the coolest concepts for mechanics I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it is.
Is it was it the Nemesis mechanic?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's so fucking cool.
It's the coolest concept for a mechanic I've ever heard of, and I'm just and from what I've heard is they delivered on it pretty well.
In the second one? Yeah. It's supposed to get even more in depth.
Gotcha. Nice.
Admittedly, I haven't died yet, so no one's been my nemesis, but it's fuck, man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love the first game because at the end you just die constantly if you're not careful, and so you'll have people who random orcs who kill you, they get promoted, and now you have to fight them again. They're like, "You're back again, Gravewalker," and it's just like, I died to you one time because you pushed me off a cliff, bro. Like,
wasn't even a good death.
Yeah,
right. You shouldn't even be happy about killing me. You should be dishonored.
Hey, guess what? You didn't even know if I died. You pushed me off a cliff.
Right? Yeah.
But like, yeah, they did expand on it a little bit because there's more. Like, it's not just strengths and weaknesses now. It's like strengths, weaknesses, traits, like some random shit that's like enrages and or like it's not strengths, but they're split up into like strengths and weaknesses type things, and there's like 3 categories in each.
Okay.
So it's like I think one for it's like strengths and then like buffs or like enrages or whatever, and then like I forget what the third one is, and then on the other side it's like weaknesses, things that make them run away, and like one other thing which I don't remember what it is either, but yeah, and it's cool because you can't attack the guards in the same way. It's like Assassin's Creed if Assassin's Creed was like
good.
I was gonna say set in a place where not everyone can be tackled in the same general way.
I was gonna say Assassin's Creed has its moments that's terrible, but other than that, it's pretty.
There are more bad Assassin's Creed games than are good ones.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
It's like Sonic.
I think 3 is. I think 3 is probably the worst game made, and it's the worst of the series, and it's okay. And I think if that's your track record, then that's pretty good.
I can
to be fair, I haven't played Odyssey.
I wouldn't say 3 is good.
I didn't say it was
Odyssey.
good.
Odyssey. I didn't get too deep into it, but it seemed kind of I don't know, like a boilerplate Assassin's Creed game.
3 was not great. Brotherhood was amazing.
Brotherhood was the shit.
Revelations was terrible.
Was pretty awful. The second
what
one
was that one
the second
in
one was good.
France?
The first one's my favorite. I don't give a fuck who says what.
Right, the first one's the best.
I think 4 is probably I think 4.
I think 4 is a better game, but I like the first one more.
So
I care more about the characters in 4. I think it's more of a complete game to me.
Yeah, 4 is probably the best for story wise. I want to say, just because you take on this dude who's not an assassin who becomes an assassin on accident afterwards.
Well, also the ship combat in 4 is fucking
so
amazing.
good.
I fucking hate ship combat, so that game was still amazing for me. So say what you will.
Cameron fails to appreciate yet another thing.
The thing I didn't like about 4 was all the ship stealth sections.
Yeah, I didn't like that because I'm pretty sure I hit one spot that was just broken because they would see me from behind some rocks and I wouldn't be able to do the mission for like the longest time. So the ship stealth was not very good.
I think if they took that out, I would be 100% okay with it because I dig everything else about that game. Besides the casual racism, that's not cool.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I know. It's the 1700s or whatever, but still pisses me off.
I fucking hate ship combat.
I would, but they made it feel interactive.
Like I said, just because I hate it doesn't mean it's bad.
And you could it's literally like you could just be like, man, fuck this shit, and just jump on this ship.
Exactly,
and attack
that's literally what I did
so
every single time. I just basically like shot them until their ship wasn't moving very much, ran at them,
just got close and just jump on them.
Yeah, and then just murdered everyone on the ship.
Yeah, I like doing the thing where you like beat them into submission and then latch onto them.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
but yeah, so like, the Assassin's Creed games are just fantastic, and like the reason why I like the first one was my favorite because the only thing I really care about in those games was running up buildings and stealth killing people everywhere. And once the second game came around, you had a gun, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
The one thing I liked about the first game was that you could air assassinate people. It just wasn't a game mechanic. Yeah. So if you were good at the game, you could still do it. But if you weren't, you would have no idea that's an option. I think that's like, I like that it's like a feature now, but it felt like I was part of some exclusive club. You know, when I did it in the first game, like I found it the first time, I was like, what the fuck? And now it's just like, I can do it with some pretty good consistency in the first game. Yeah. And so it's just like, I don't know. I like the first one more. I like the setting. I liked how it felt new. I
just like Altair so much. Like that was my favorite character.
I like how he went from like a cocky SOB to like
to
actually
like
super insane and like and like wise. Yeah, it felt like a really good transition for a character.
Wait, who's it? Is it Altair? No, I'm thinking of Ezio, because I was gonna be like, he's still smashing mad puss, but that's Ezio.
That's Ezio.
I mean, to be fair, Altair is smashing mad puss, but it's one girl.
Yeah. But like my favorite thing about old Altair was he had to come back to the Assassin's Village, and all these assassins are coming at you. You're like, no, get off me, die, stab yourself. What the fuck are you doing? Why do you call yourself an assassin? Get the fuck off me.
Yeah, I need to play Revelations. I have the book, but I haven't read my way through it yet.
I haven't.
Ooh, Revelations.
But like, the other thing is, I really like the whole. Like, I'm one of the few people who like the whole present day shit.
Why?
Because I thought it was going somewhere, and then it didn't, and I was super pissed.
It's kind of insane how hard that just went nowhere.
And
even because what's his name, Desmond, he like sacrifices himself to stop these guys.
Yeah,
it doesn't even do anything.
And it does nothing.
It does absolutely nothing.
Like the thing I was most pissed about. So I played the shit out of the first game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I did all the extra stuff to see all the text in the buildings and things. And there was that one door you couldn't get into, right?
Mm-hmm. And
then in the second game, the first thing you do is you go into the room that you couldn't get into. And I'm like, okay, why did it just give it to me?
Why is this so easy now?
That's not okay. And then it just went downhill from there. Like, after the first game, I was super excited. After Brotherhood, I was even more excited. And then 3 happened, and I'm just like, this is still not going anywhere.
You'd think like it would have built up to an Assassin's Creed taking place in the modern day.
You would think so.
You know,
it's called Watch Dogs.
No, I don't give a fuck if they want to connect those two universes. No.
Yeah, no thanks.
I mean, it's not like they want to connect them; they just are connected.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's terrible.
It's like sloppily connected.
Like if they were like saying directly that Watch Dogs is Assassin's Creed by like going, hey, here's Abstergo, here's this,
right, yeah.
here's all this.
You work for the Assassins.
I mean, Abstergo is there. One of the people you kill in Watch Dogs is an Abstergo employee.
Oh, but is that like the whole mission? Like the whole
is there like an Abstergo building that you sneak into and kill their CEO and take all their secrets and
I'm not sure about that.
Help save the world.
All I know is that Abstergo exists in there and is one of the targets you have to kill.
I got it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like the thing about like if it was still called Assassin's Creed Watch Dogs, that would be a whole different story.
Would it?
Maybe I've never played any Watch Dogs games, so
it still would have been Watch Dogs,
yeah,
which was not very good at all. Watch Dogs 2 was way better. But.
See, that's the thing is people are always like, oh, Watch Dogs sucks, but then you get into the reviews and it's like, oh, the presentation sucked, but the game was good. And then Watch Dogs 2 came along and people were like, well, the game sucked, but the presentation was great.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like the exact opposite of what people always say.
That's weird. Because from what I saw, Watch Dogs 2 had the best of both worlds. The gameplay was working fine, and everything else, the presentation was good.
People said that didn't really bring anything.
So. Well, it probably didn't bring anything super new from the original game, but it made it more interesting to do. It made it more interesting to do stuff.
What I saw was people liked the additions but hated the characters.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that.
It was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't understand all the hate with Watch Dogs.
It was just
admittedly I haven't played it.
Not what they promised when it first came out.
That's the only thing I could think of is with Watch Dogs 1, they didn't get any of the gameplay that was promised in the trailers.
Like when it first came out, it was just a buggy fucking mess.
Yeah,
it could not work. And
I mean, if that's not proof enough that it's part of the Assassin's Creed universe, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
The dude's arm clipped through the horse.
Right, yeah. Assassin's Creed.
Like, I don't know. I guess I'm just a very savvy consumer.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'd never, like, when stuff doesn't happen, if it's not if it's not what I want, I just don't buy the game, right?
Yeah.
So...
I can understand. Yeah, I can see why, I think we as, like, intense players, and we play so many different games and whatnot, that we just have way more knowledge than the general public.
Or it's just like I'm a lot more like I'm usually
You also don't buy games until
3 years later.
Until they're like 30
So like
bucks.
everyone you know exactly what game you're getting when you buy it typically.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is I've bought games when they're brand new. Like I bought Kingdom Hearts 3 2 months before it was released, right? Like I pre-ordered it. Yeah. And like it came, I played through it, and people were like, "Oh, this game sucks. It's not Kingdom Hearts." I'm like, "No, this is exactly what Kingdom Hearts was. I've just matured past what Kingdom Hearts how it acted." And it's like, yeah, the gameplay's a little bit different, but is that so weird? Like Kingdom Hearts 2's gameplay was way different from Kingdom Hearts 1. And so it's just like,
yeah, one of the fucking Kingdom Hearts games was the goddamn card game.
Yeah, exactly.
You weren't bitching about that shit.
It was pretty terrible.
No, that was a good game. It was fun. But anyway, it was just
was pretty bad.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Yes, I am entitled to my opinion. I played quite a bit of it, is why. But
yeah. Well, I played through it all, but it was just like, I don't know. I guess I'm just more forgiving and like more like accepting of just like, okay, this is the way the game is. I'm just gonna roll with it.
You're less critical than me, which is weird. I'm
critical about things, but not usually about a whole game.
I don't think anyone's less critical than you, Cameron. You were talking about how Sonic X was good.
I thoroughly enjoyed that show.
I don't think you're on like a curve that doesn't really fit the rest of everybody else's opinions.
I like to be critical about specifics. I don't like to necessarily be critical about a whole game unless I just didn't enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Which
my big thing is that if I find something that's fun in whatever thing I'm doing or watching or seeing, then the whole experience is that for me.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fine, right?
For me, yes, it's fine for me.
Yeah, for Cameron.
Well, it's not like you're forcing other people to enjoy things as you do.
No, but I do try to force people not to be as critical to the things I enjoy.
Yeah, that's the only other problem.
Yeah, it's just
it's good times.
Because by Cameron's logic, well, by how he looks at things, I should enjoy like Rogue One, right? Rogue One is a boring piece of shit movie, but at the very end, Darth Vader shows up and kills like 1,000 dudes in like a corridor, and it's fucking awesome.
To be fair, I haven't seen Rogue One. I've only seen that scene, and that scene is
it's awesome.
Okay,
it comes out of nowhere, and it's one of the most. It's like the most exciting scene in the whole movie.
Yeah.
If you need, here's how to determine if you need to see Rogue One. Do you give a shit about where the plans for the Death Star came from?
Like how they got.
If it took you more than 3 seconds to say yes, you don't need to see the film.
Okay,
exactly.
Fair enough. Because I'm trying to think of what. Because I don't care about Star Wars like that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to see the film.
Okay.
I love Star Wars, and I didn't give a shit.
Okay.
Right, exactly. Same here. I was like, all right, I'll watch Rogue One because I'm actually kind of interested in how they got this. Oh, no, it's a pile of shit.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it was bad. It was just like depressing, and it didn't need to exist. That was my biggest complaint about the movie.
Yeah, it didn't need to exist.
Like they threw it was like a throwaway line in Star Wars A New Hope. It was like, oh, a lot of people died getting us these plans. That is as much of an explanation as I needed. Right?
She like the people who did it didn't need to be the daughter of the guy who built the Death Star
or you know what,
shit. Like it didn't matter.
If anything, it's like as she's saying that sentence, give us like a quick flash of what's going on. All right, there we go.
No, it's not even that. I just like you give me that information. You give me that information. I go, okay. A lot of people died for these plans. I've seen enough shit where it's like, okay, a lot of people died for these plans. I know what to expect with that.
Like
done. You don't need to say anything else. You
need to literally see them die to get the plans.
Yeah, you don't need to say anything else. I know what happened. That is great storytelling.
I just imagine this now. It's a lot of people died for these plans. Darth Vader is scary as shit and just shows the scene.
Yeah, the whole movie should have been that. Should have just been the corridor sequence where he kills all those guys.
Then,
and like a lot of guys died to get this shit.
And all of a sudden you're back to like present day and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Because that's really the problem with the Star Wars universe, I think.
It's that Darth Vader's gone.
Yes.
Well, it's that they keep trying to make small events or stuff that really doesn't matter. They're trying to make them into like big things and something, and like when they don't, people dislike it. Like when Rey's parents were revealed to just be fucking nobodies, everybody hated that because they weren't, some secret special Jedi or something. I was happy or rebel with pilots. Or something. Yeah, so was I. Because I was like, I don't want her to be the daughter of rebellion pilots or some special child. I just want her to be a kid who got force powers.
Yeah, exactly. Like kid who got force powers who now is being taught how to use them. All right, cool.
She doesn't need to be mega special.
I mean, that's what Luke was in the beginning.
Exactly. Like, I mean, it turns out he was special, but like,
well, it's because George Lucas retconned it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, no, it was in the first film. He was the son of Anakin Skywalker.
Well, yeah, but Darth Vader wasn't originally Anakin Skywalker.
Okay. My point was, even in that, taking that film alone, he said Anakin Skywalker's a powerful Jedi. So it makes sense, but like...
Yeah. Luke was special. That was fine.
Yeah, but we didn't know that going into it. Because that was
the first film in the entire franchise.
Yeah, we didn't know that going into it. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, like, the Star Wars films for me are something to be enjoyed and not really thought about.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you want to think about something, go read the books, go play fucking The Old Republic or Knights of the Old Republic, either game. Either game is good. Either Knights of the Old Republic game. Go play that shit. That's my golden son. Go play that shit.
Knights of the Old Republic is really, really good.
Knights of the Republic is so fucking good.
It's awesome. I wish it was a little more. I wish there was a little more gradient between the dark side and the light side stuff. But besides that,
I don't like that you need to like wholeheartedly either force choke bitches or
right.
Carterize wounds.
You're either like a cackling villain or some pacifist pussy who doesn't want to fight anybody. So.
Yeah. You know what I really want to see? I really want to see some Grey Jedi show up. I know it's like extended lore.
Shit.
People fucking
the shit.
People hate the Grey Jedi shit for some reason.
Why?
I think it's just people who are nostalgic for the original series and they want everything to be black and white and all that shit. But it's like that's a way more interesting thing about Star Wars to show up.
I just
to look at.
You know what I want from my Jedis? I want some power creep.
You want them to be like Dragon Ball Z motherfuckers?
I want some like
flying around, maybe not punching each other through moons. Maybe
not Dragon Ball Z, but like at least give me something a little more than I pushed a man today. It was vicious.
Well, there's I'm sure you've watched this, Derek. There's in like the early 2000s there was Star Wars Clone Wars.
Yep.
Which was like this 2D animated.
You showed me it. We watched all of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that is how I always figured Force powers should be shown. Like they're pretty strong. You could do some crazy shit with them at high levels. You know.
Yeah, like the masters are clearly masters. Like when you watch these Jedi masters fight in the movies, you're like, oh, they threw a couple things. That's cool.
Right. They gently threw a metal thing at somebody. They ran fast out of a room.
They pulled their lightsaber back to them and cut someone in half.
Or in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin and Obi-Wan stand right up in front of each other and just hold their hands in front of the other person's hands. Yeah. And that's supposed to be like a force battle. It's dumb shit like that. Yeah. That was annoying.
I'm just like, but
you know what they could have done to add some gravity to that is parts of the floor could have started like picking itself away. You know.
Yeah.
Because that would have been like, oh shit, some shit's getting serious. Like we can see the force, right? Because of the effects they put in, but like,
right, yeah,
yeah, like give us some what was really cool about that last fight on
fucking everything,
the dust, the snow battle or whatever, like wherever they stepped, it turned red and whatnot.
Unless Jedi.
Yeah, all those.
It was like salt.
Yeah, salt.
I thought you were talking about Revenge of the Sith, dude. I fucking love that last fight. It was so cool.
I mean,
it was like,
I like that.
It was
I
a
like
set
that last
piece,
fight,
but it was fucking awesome.
I like bits of that fight, but it goes on way too long.
Are you talking about Anakin? I have high ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That whole fight.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It was just epic.
I fell asleep through that movie 5 times trying to watch it the whole way through. I've only watched it all the way through once, and that was in the 6th try.
I mean, the prequels are unnecessarily long.
Yeah,
they're crazy long for some reason.
I kind of. So I've watched some stuff about the prequels, and like now that I'm looking at them through like a film eye, or like what the videos have kind of shown me, I like what they did actually a lot more than I used to, and I was never super critical of the prequels, but like I kind of like that the Jedi are more, they're supposed to be more like political figures, or they're trying to be more political figures, and that's why there's a lot of like talking.
Yeah.
Which also led to their downfall.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they were trying to take more power, and it was like, okay, now that I'm seeing this as an adult, this makes a lot more sense and adds a lot more gravity to the situation.
Because the prequels are more like political thrillers almost, and they're
like,
and there are good ideas in there where it's showing like, hey, the Jedi aren't all that good. The Jedi their arrogance kind of gets them screwed over a lot too. So it's not just that the dark side is evil; it's that the people who are supposed to be the good guys aren't exactly doing their jobs really.
Yeah. I don't know. I like them a lot more now. That being said, I still don't like watching Attack of the Clones, but that's just because I don't like that movie.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
I mean, like, there's just saying like it's not a good movie because I think it's a perfectly competent movie. I just don't like it.
Have you guys either seen the recut of the prequels?
No.
Oh, the what is it? It's like the fan edit or whatever, where it's all three of them cut together.
It's this one, I forget what YouTuber or whatever, but it's this guy who's like a makeshift director who recut the movies in such a way where it's actually interesting.
It's like a coherent film. Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what to classify that guy who recut him as because it did a good job with it. But like, I don't know if he would be. Is he just an editor? I guess.
Pretty much.
Okay. I mean, if he didn't have to redirect shots, then he's just an editor. Or, I mean, maybe
it's
an editor with a
it's
vision,
called the
but...
Star Wars. It's called the Star Wars fan edit. So he'll be the editor.
I don't want to like take things away from him here, but like what he did was editing work.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. It's because I mean but I guess it would be like the chief of direction for editing or something like that. I don't know what the term would actually be, but something of that nature where he re-edits the film to make it.
Yeah, he might be like. I mean, if he re-edits, especially if he moves things around, he might be like a storyboard editor.
That's what he did. Yeah. He actually reshaped things so that way certain scenes appeared in different areas. But nevertheless, that was some cool shit. Like I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah.
One last thing on the Grey Jedi thing. I thought that's where they were going with Last Jedi. I thought this has just become a Star Wars talk, whatever.
Yeah.
So
that'll be our topic of the week.
They kept leading up to Rey and Kylo kind of joining forces, and I was like, yeah, are they going to do the great like the the Jedi are bullshit and the Sith are bullshit? Let's just do our own thing. I thought they were going to go into that.
If they I was hoping they would create the first, or not the first, but one of the bigger Grey Jedi actual like groups.
Right, you'd think that'd be what they were doing, but nah, they just made Kylo into a villain and Rey into a Jedi.
I think so. I do think that.
I think Rise of Skywalker is probably gonna fix that.
It's been a while since I've seen Last Jedi, but I think Rey will end up being more of a Grey Jedi, and I think Finn will probably be the like symbol of good. Yeah, I can see that because he's so unwaveringly like idealistic. And Rey is much more like survival, and I think that's a lot where more Grey Jedi come from.
She's a lot more like pragmatic and practical.
Yeah,
she's not exactly because she doesn't really seem to be swayed by a lot of the philosophy of the Jedi or the Sith or anything. She kind of just wants to be able to survive and do stuff on her own terms.
Or like she does stuff for the good of things, but it's not like because it's the right thing to do, but more like, well, we got to get this shit done, or else we did.
Yeah, it's like part of her character. Like she's not just gonna let somebody get hurt or something.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
It's not because she's necessarily like a really good person. It's just
no one was there for her, so somebody has to be there for you. I like it.
and then Luke's gonna show up and rip his shirt off and have a 6-pack abs and kill like 30 Death Stars with his fucking mind force powers.
Oh my god!
So all those people who were crying about him dying in Last Jedi will finally shut the hell up.
I mean, you know what? He's gonna be a blue ghost that still can affect everything.
Oh man!
I mean, he literally became one with the Force. You know?
Yeah.
And
what if he becomes a Force god? Oh my god!
You know what the best part is?
He does that in the extended universe.
Okay. That makes sense.
The best part is like that was in the original trilogies. People can't even bitch that it's out of nowhere.
Right. Yeah. But they still did.
Yeah. Well, it's just like it's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, have we ever seen Force projection in the movies? I don't think we have, right?
No.
The way that Luke did stuff in
I don't think not like that. Yeah, not like that.
Like I know it's been in the books.
Projecting yourself
and shit.
across the universe or whatever. Yeah, it's in the books. Yeah.
Like of course, dude's fucking old. Like
yeah.
Like no shade to Mark Hamill. Dude looks great, but like Luke's fucking old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like doing that, and then like I've done my job. I've given the Resistance a way out. It's time to be one with the Force. Well, it's like he's not even dead.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He's one with the Force.
Obi-Wan Kenobi came back.
Yeah.
For like the next 3 movies.
Yeah, he constantly telling Luke to do shit.
Yeah.
Whispering in his ear.
And Yoda was there just being the green old little motherfucker that he is.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, we're gonna see more Luke. This isn't an issue.
All right, if we're getting into it, can we just say that people who are like, oh, Luke wouldn't do that, Luke wouldn't behave that way, that's not how Luke is. It's been 30 years since the original fucking trilogy.
Yeah,
like in Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
like he would absolutely change. It's fucking ridiculous that people think he would not change.
Have those people not seen Return of the Jedi? When he dressed in all black and force choked a bitch in the first 5 minutes?
Where he's literally falling to the dark side as he fights Darth Vader.
Yeah.
But I guess people just forgot about that.
Also, if you don't think a person can change in 30 years, look at yourself 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And especially if you look...
people hated when he threw his old lightsaber over the cliff or whatever. Yeah, and like the first scene in Last Jedi, people hated that. But I was like, yeah, of course he would do that. He doesn't give a shit about this thing anymore. He wants nothing to do with it.
Have you heard his backstory? He fucking hates all things that deal with the Force right now.
Yeah.
I watched a video on The Last Jedi, and it might have actually been Everything Great about The Last Jedi, but it was talking about how like Luke kind of fell into the trap of the Jedi from the prequel, where it was like they followed he was following the text too religiously.
Yeah.
And like then Yoda shows up and just burns the text and is like, in his infinite wisdom, is just like, look at the world around you and like you know what's right, and Luke's just like, fuck.
Yeah. The world is your text. The world is your religion, not this.
And like
listen,
you're never
listen to the Force, not these books.
And you're never done being a student.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and it's just like that's such a Yoda thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
Like Yoda's 900 years old or whatever, and he's still just like trolling people because it's the best way to teach them.
Because that's like the wise Yoda that I prefer, not the one that's like in the prequel movies where he's flipping around with a lightsaber and fighting other old guys and shit, you know?
Yeah.
See, you know, the whole flipping,
that's annoying.
The whole flipping and ridiculous stuff, I could see Yoda doing that, but I don't think he needs to do all that.
No, he's a fucking ancient Force wizard.
I mean,
it's like in Lord of the Rings when Gandalf was doing that shit.
Yeah, like
it was stupid.
He's a wizard. You could.
I mean, to be fair, in Lord of the Rings, like it makes sense. And also, to be fair, with Yoda, we haven't seen anybody else.
In Lord of the Rings,
we haven't seen anybody else of his race.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
What if they're all just like that? What if they all live 1,000 years and are just fucking gymnasts?
Isn't there a thing where Yoda's the only one of his race, and when he dies, another one gets born or some shit like that?
I mean, that's entirely possible. Don't know.
There was something about that in the extended universe, but that's not really true because in the prequel movies, there's another person of Yoda's race that shows up in the movies. She's like a Jedi Master also. She's on the council.
I see. Okay.
That being said, I think if they just added a little bit of like Force oomph to his like legs and hands and stuff, you know, like a little bit of blue energy, no one would have given two shits. Because it's like, oh, he's using the Force to propel himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still don't want to see that. I'd rather it be like a Force battle between the Emperor and Yoda.
Yeah,
I mean, even the Emperor, because even when the Emperor was doing it, I was like, that looks retarded. Because he in the original movies, he never really seemed to give a shit about like lightsaber fighting or anything. He was always like, he would like mock the lightsaber and then just shoot people with lightning, and he just didn't like. He was like a Force wizard. Like, you know, he was
I would be happy to see Force wizard battles.
Well, I'll be able to tell you all about them when we start playing our Star Wars campaign that our buddy is making. It's like a D&D Star Wars campaign.
Nice. So. Yeah. Okay.
The thing about that is, like, Palpatine was old in the original movies, you know?
Yeah. What was he?
Yeah, he was. He was supposed to be like 50 or 60.
That's not, I mean, in Star Wars, that's not really old.
Well, but he's human.
I think Mace Windu was like 60.
Yeah. But, like, we get the point, though. He was,
my point being... There. In the original trilogy, he's like just old enough to where lightsaber battles kind of make sense, but also are getting to that teetering edge of like, really, could he do that? And then like now, like in the original trilogy, he's like wizard old, you know?
Yeah.
So like, it makes sense that he doesn't really want to like get up and do shit anymore.
Well, I usually saw it just being beneath him.
Do it.
You know, I always thought he just figured it was beneath him.
Move it.
Do it.
Pop it. Twist it.
Kill him.
Pull it.
Yeah.
But like, I like it makes sense to me. It makes sense in the original trilogy. I don't like how energetic he was because I think that's stupid without like any explanation of like he's using the Force to propel himself here. Like I can infer that, but I want to see it.
So now let me ask you.
That was a big problem of like the prequel movies, because even the Clone Wars animated thing was showing like, yeah, they're using the Force to make themselves stronger. When fucking Mace Windu is punching a robot into dust, it's because it's using the Force.
Yeah.
But,
like, just show that.
Let me ask this though. Force Ghosts, they're just made by being either one with the Force, yes, no?
Yes. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
so there's
it's
a few
kind
things.
of a light side ability.
Yeah, and the Sith have these things called holocrons, where they like impart part of their soul into these machines, and then like, or they're like Force powered machines, and then you can like ask them questions. So it's essentially the same thing, but it stems from like a specific item instead of just being one with the Force.
Okay.
Yeah, it's their version of it is just, it's like it plays into the dark side mentality of things, where like a lot of the dark side guys have augmentations of some sort. Like they've got, a lot of them have their hands or whatever cut off, and they're partly robotic mostly. So it plays into that with them using technology to kind of force the Force into keeping them alive.
Yeah, because I remember in the what's it called, Knights of the Old Republic, there was one evil Force wizard who became a Force ghost.
Yeah, they can do it, but it requires, like, being one with the Force is all about balance, I was
gonna say peace of mind, right?
Not even necessary. Well, kind of, but it's like, it's more just balance in like your emotions and shit.
Okay.
It's kind of vaguely defined, but it's always been basically that dark side users cannot do the real thing. Like they cannot live forever through the Force for whatever reason.
It's because they are too like egotistic, arrogant, or whatever. Like there's something that's not.
Well, it's because when they become consumed by the dark side of the Force.
I think it's that they hold on to emotions.
Yeah.
Okay. And so like when you're one with the, like, have you ever seen a fucking pissed ghost?
Yeah.
In the movies, no. Maybe in the extended universe there is.
You're talking about in Star Wars.
They're always pretty chill, usually just smiling at you, or they're giving you advice or something.
Or they're like mildly disappointed. They're never like livid.
I think that's happy for you either. They're like, oh, you did what I told you to do.
They might feel some joy to see you, but like. It's never just like, oh, you're doing so great, blah, blah. It's all about like balance. So I think,
like when Anakin came back, when he was a Force ghost, because after he redeemed himself and shit, he had to balance out his darkness with his light, so he came back as a Force ghost.
Yeah, okay.
And he was like looking at Luke, and he's like, oh, thank you for killing me.
Yeah. So
finally,
I think that's it. I don't know. Maybe they'll explain it later.
All right. Shall we call that?
Or maybe Rise of Skywalker will be a pile of shit. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you go in expecting it to be a pile of shit, it'll be a pile of shit.
I just hope to God that they don't go, oh, by the way, Rey's a Skywalker.
I just hope to God that there is at least one more lightsaber battle, and I'll be happy.
I'll be happy if
the fight scene in the throne room of Last Jedi is probably like the best fight scene in all of Star Wars.
As far as singular fight scenes go, I think I have to agree. It's so good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it says the Rise of Skywalker, right? So,
yeah, that's the name of the movie.
So that can mean one of two things.
It could mean a lot of things.
Okay, fair. I don't know Star Wars well enough to dispute that.
Yeah.
I mean,
probably the most likely things are either Kylo Ren gets redeemed and renames himself Ben Skywalker, or Rey ends up being a Skywalker all along, or she just takes the name Skywalker or something.
I was gonna say that, or what's his name is just not dead.
Luke.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking sick. I know they won't do this, but I want Luke to turn into Space Hitler.
He comes back and he
just mind controls like thousands of people across the galaxy. Like, that'd be fucking sick. It'd be stupid because there's no way to win, but it'd be fucking sick.
But we know what it's going to be. It was the Emperor all along. It was Palpatine.
Yeah,
he's back.
Palpatine's just laughing. That man is just laughing.
I don't know.
So much untapped power.
I mean, because what's his face? Kylo won't be. He'd be Ben Solo, not Skywalker, right? Because he took.
Well,
last name.
I think he'll. Yeah, because he's Ben Solo, right? But I say that because I think he's gonna potentially see the error of his ways, wants to kind of rebrand himself
because Palpatine's
and
back, he's like, I don't want to be under this asshole anymore.
I kind of hope they do with the extended universe. Well, because Ben was supposed to be Luke's kid in the extended universe, and then
because he's what's what's his name?
Jaden in
Jason.
Was it Jason?
Yeah, it's like
Jason.
Yeah,
Jason
with Jason Solo. Yeah. That was who Kylo Ren was like.
Jason.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Jason.
And,
sorry. Heavy rain.
That game is so overdone. Anyway, so yeah, like it'd be kind of cool if it was like he had a son somewhere and it just didn't click until he died, but that's not gonna happen. It'd be cool, but it's not gonna happen.
I always just thought that Rey was his daughter somehow, so I was like, that was always just my suspicion, but clearly that's not it. But they might just retcon it anyway, so.
Or it might be his blessing. Like I'd be down if she got his blessing.
That would be
right to name her Rey Skywalker or something. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right,
we'll see.
We'll call that a podcast, though.
Sounds good.
Thanks for tuning into our Star Wars cast, where we talk about Star Wars every week. That's all we talk about.
Every single time. Don't believe him, but believe him every time.
Same.
All right, Derek, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at real_CAS and on YouTube and Twitch at Cayman2nd.
All right, and Deshon, where can we find you?
You can find me at home playing Golden Sun on my DS.
Like normal. On the bathroom.
Like normal. In the toilet.
In the toilet. Just like
I'm
climbing in there.
I'm at Twitter at Mr. Urban Buddha. Twitch at The Urban Buddha. And YouTube at Mr. Urban Buddha.
All right, and you can find me at I press the buttons on everything, just about. That's where I like to be, on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, those places. And with that, I'd like to say, hey, remember, laugh at yourself. And my ears are busted. I'm taking that out of the podcast. No one's gonna hear him blowing wind into my ears. But laugh at yourself, and we'll catch